Alright, hello everybody, and welcome to the RNGIDP channel. Been a little under the weather the past few days, so I haven't been able to play any of the Game Day 3 games, but I put all the stats in for Game Day 2. I've done all my printouts. I've actually been, past few days, even though I haven't been feeling that well, started preparing Game Day 3 rosters and filling out the score sheets ahead of time so that I can just get into the games and go for it. But before I jump into Game Day 3, I wanted to give a little Game Day 2 recap. And so that's what we're going to do here, quickly here. This is going to be a short video, but I just want to give the Game Day 2 recap. So I'm going to switch this over to here, and we'll go through a few things. Alright, Game Day 2. So these were the scores from Game Day 2. As you can see, the Alola League, which is the DH League, the AL, they started scoring some runs. 15 runs, 15-1. Toronto beat up on Baltimore. Texas had a day off. Boston scored 14 runs but gave up 10. Seattle 2-1 victory over Chicago. Oakland putting 14 on the board against Cleveland. New York 7-6 in a close one over Detroit. Houston 4-1 over Minnesota. Kansas City 3-1 over Los Angeles. That is the game we live streamed of the week. In the Kanto League, we had Washington they lost, to Arizona. That was Arizona's first game of the year, I believe. San Francisco got the week off, or the day off. I shouldn't say week, the day off. Atlanta shut out San Diego 2-0. St. Louis, the rivals, St. Louis Carbink against Chicago Cubchew, 7-4, took them down. Pittsburgh off to a good start, 8-2 over Cincinnati. My Colorado team struggling. They lost 3-2 against Philadelphia. New York lost 6-5 against Los Angeles, and Milwaukee continued rolling 5-3 over Miami. So if we look at the standings so far, Pittsburgh is leading the Kanto League, 2 wins, no losses, 10 runs, only giving up two runs. So the way I tabulate these are wins, and then we go to run differential. So yes, you do want to score as many runs as possible, even if it's 15-1, like we saw in I can't remember what game that was. You want to get as many runs as possible. And so, if you look at the standings there, my Colorado team, 0-2. New York, Washington, Cincinnati are all 0-2. San Francisco, 0-1. They had the week off. If you look at the Alola League, Boston, Oakland, and New York are the only 2-0 teams. Look at the run differential. For some reason, I tried a million different times and a million different ways. It didn't want to order these correctly, because Oakland should be on top there. Because Oakland is 2-0 and they have a greater run differential. But for some reason, the sort button in my Excel didn't want to do it. I'm not sure if it's because Boston has more runs scored, but I swear I ordered the sort the way it was supposed to be, but for some reason Oakland got shortchanged. So Oakland really should be on top, Boston in second, New York in third. Texas is a half game back at 1-0. Lots of 1-1 teams. Baltimore, they're only 0-1, but man, they got swamped 15-1. So it's still early, still a lot of games to play, and you'll see that in the statistics. I'm just going to go through these quickly. I just wanted to show you my spreadsheet for the leaders the leaderboards. So this is what they'll look like. Now, the way I'm tabulating stats, it will get better once there's more variance. So as the weeks go by, the formulas will work better. So if there's ties, if there's two people that are tied with the same stat, it freaks out and it doesn't like that. So that's why there's multiple people of the same people. So once we get maybe one more game and things are a little more variant, that'll look a little different. Alex Wood went a full 9 innings for Atlanta. Not a whole lot to see here. I mean, once the season gets going a little bit more, then we'll have more to see. I kind of like this sheet. This is another stat sheet that I use. This is the leader for each team. So this is the team leaders for each category. The batting averages are pretty high right now. Except for the Cincinnati team, 286. The CL, Cincinnati Loudreds. Ichiro is hitting 286 and is the team leader. That's not very good for 2 games into the season. Ryan Howard has 3 doubles. I mean, Jonathan Papelbon and Vizcaíno are the only 2 with 2 saves. This is the Kanto League. So I don't know if there's anything interesting here to you. If you see something, you can pause the video. Here's the other stats that I compile. Home runs, just like Ryan Zimmerman, who won Player of the Month in the majors this month. He the first 2 games, he's got 2 home runs. Corey Dickerson, 4 RBI. Joey Votto, 4 RBI. Kendrys Morales had 5. I think he had those in 1 game, actually. Gregory Polanco, 5 strikeouts so far, along with Wilmer Flores. It's a little rough. ERAs are low. Yeah. Strikeouts, Arrieta and Liriano both have 10. That's pretty cool. And the last page is stolen bases and whip. Martin and Blackman. You know what? I'm biased a little bit. Blackman is one of my, if not my favorite player in the majors right now. And his card is so much fun to use. He gets on base all the time, and his AA stolen base rating is it's real fun to use. So he's probably going to be the number 1 stolen base guy, just because, I mean, he's AA. Who are you not going to run on? So, all right, that's the Kanto League, Alola League. We won't spend a whole lot of time. I just wanted you to see how good looking my spreadsheets are. I spent a lot of time in putting these together, and I'm pretty happy with the way they turned out. The pitching leaders. I wanted it to look like an old school scoreboard, kind of like with the old panels you had to replace. So that's kind of how I made it. And I mean, it still looks like an Excel spreadsheet, but I wanted it to look like an old scoreboard as much as possible. So if it was colored and all that stuff, it'd be better. But you know, what are you gonna do with Excel? It is what it is. So here's some stats. Altuve hitting 600, Franco 625, Young Ho Kang 700, man. AJ Pollock 800. Michael Taylor has almost hit for the cycle twice. He's had a lot of hits. 8 hits for Michael Taylor. Let's see what else we got going here. Not a lot of saves in the Alola League. All the games have been blowouts. There have only been a few close games. Let's see here. Home runs. Alex Gordon, 3 home runs leading the way. Cespedes, Kong both had 2. Runs batted in. Altuve with 5. Young Ho Kong with 5. Yeah, alright, one more page. And stolen bases, not a whole lot there. And whip. whip for the Alola League. All right, so let's look ahead to game day 3. The probables. Here's what we have for game day 3. San Francisco is traveling to Arizona. Miley against Harvey. The Metapods against Washington Natu. Anderson against De La Rosa. The 2-0 Pittsburgh Rattatas against the 2-0 Atlanta Bravery. That one, I would like to stream that one. However, if you see any, pick one from the Kanto League, pick one from the Alola League, leave me a comment on this video or leave me a comment on Twitter at RNGIDP_strat. And let me know which game, one game of the week, one game of the day, I should say, the game day. Which game day game would you like me to live stream? Keep going through here. Philadelphia against Chicago, 1-1 against 1-1. Graveman against, who is that? McCullers. New York against Cincinnati. Both 0-2 teams, and both have some injuries. Moreland and Darnode. Mitch Moreland, you can see that he has 5 games that he's going to be out. Odorizzi against Ross. The 2-0 Milwaukee Breloom against the 0-2 Colorado Regirock. Zach Davies on the mound for Colorado. Looking forward to that one. Out at Coors Field. Hopefully the Colorado can get on the board there. Miami against Los Angeles, the night game. Ian Kennedy against Gonzalez. Yelich is still injured, but this is the last game he'll be injured. And St. Louis has the day off. If you look at the Alola side, let's see here. We've got Texas at 1-0 against Baltimore. Hopefully Baltimore doesn't give up 15 runs again. Tampa Bay with an injury. Hellickson out for 5 games against Toronto. We've got a good game here. Oakland against Boston. I think we already streamed the Boston game. But if you want to see them again, they're 2-0 against Oakland Unknown. They've got an injury, though. Oakland's Hernandez, their leadoff hitter, is out for a game. The Yankees against the Whimsicots. 2-0 versus 0-2. Bartolo Colon taking the mound. We'll see how that goes. Minnesota against Cleveland. Solarte is still out. Clefable against Torricats. And the Kansas City Kingdras against Houston cast form. With Seattle with the day off. So, here's the full Game Day 3 probables list. Let me know what you want to see. 1 game from the Kanto League. 1 game from the Alola League. Let me know here in the comments or at Twitter at RNGIDP_strat. You'll definitely want to give that on Twitter a follow because I post all the box scores from the games. So if you want to see the games that I play offline, go ahead and follow that Twitter account and I'll post all those there and we can chat about the games that happen during Game Day 3 and all the games that get played on Twitter. That's where I'm the most reachable. So give that account a follow on Twitter at RNGIDP_strat. Alright, that wraps up this preview or wrap up of Game Day 2 and preview of Game Day 3. I look forward to feeling better in the next few days so that way I can get some more games in. I actually think I might start playing I might pick a let me go back to the schedule. Which game is probably not going to get picked? You know what? I might just start at the first one. I'm probably going to play that first game, San Francisco against Arizona tonight. So, that one I'll play tonight, but the rest of them go ahead and vote on. Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to get started here in a few minutes, get it all set up, and get to bed. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to go follow Twitter at RNGIDPstrat, and we'll chat on there. Thanks.